Are you just a dream?
A dream to some.
A nightmare to others!
Wake up, then I drop to my knees, begging please, as time come to a freeze. Cool breeze come my way, I delay. Then I say, dear Lord, what you got for me today? And he said, your dirty bread, get back in bed. For the visions of your head, I be fed from the angel in your stead. Then I'm led to a place with a vision of a face. Revelations.
Carry the Alabama heart, move through big city. Use humility, literacy, reading spirit. As I spit to the earth, the steam rises from hell. With tunnel vision, eyes closed, direction I braille. Spiritual navigational system. Listen to the night rituals epistles. Condition critical, when kisses my physical. Just a description of my mental. This be the music that play in my headphones. How can I be alone, man? I'm in the zone. It's my job to dodge bullets, to dodge harlots, to camouflage in streets of gray and scarlet. Poverty-stricken pirates, open drug markets. Basically, all are moving targets, praying not to be hit. The superstitious don't wear red around crypts. Customs of the Roman witches, pigeons that fly out of the rhythm from the order, causing the others to be sorta. Clearly, niggas, the drier the soul, the more the story unfold. Right now, hell is cold, its presence is unclear. Spiritual mistakes unthaw my tears. My desire not easily seen by my peers. Play your position, master and mind your business. Fallen angel physician, study the art of listening. Water and wisdom be baptism. Peace be dead, the warrior gets arisen. Weapons are hidden, manifested righteous decisions. Active feminine about what we ain't getting, gonna make us all bitches. Female dogs habitually trained to remain in prison. Female dogs habitually trained to remain in prison.
My clock, wake up, then I drop to my knees, begging please, as time come to a freeze. Cool breeze come my way, I delay. Then I say, dear Lord, what you got for me today? And he said, your dirty bread, get back in bed. For the visions of your head, I'll be fed from the angel in your stead. Then I'm led to a place with a vision of a face. Revelations.
As I breathe off, bleed through my mind, yeah. I move instinctively while letting sunset. I ride your rock mind, the rock sincere. As I move in the fear that had here from the roads of austerity. Meditation in the midst of movement. Who's this? Moving to the sound of music. Going deeper off in the brain while they feigning spiritual. I'm working literal miracles. Time moves spherical, whimsical like some tropical forces. Tame the full horse, caught at the horseman. Learn their craft, became a sportsman. Learn to exhort men and the discourse of men. I serve and swerve to the course of the moon. Wax and wane, though I change to remain the same. Things reveal as I move through the night sky. Stay tucked in the mind to the right revelation.
My clock, wake up, then I drop to my knees, begging please, as time come to a freeze. Cool breeze come my way, I delay. Then I say, dear Lord, what you got for me today? And he said, your dirty bread, get back in bed. For the visions of your head, I'll be fed from the angel in your stead. Then I'm led to a place with a vision of a face. Revelations.
All praise, honor, and glory to the Most High. While Yahweh Shai, Shabbat Shalom, Shalom, peace, welcome, good morning, good afternoon. However you like it, you're going to get it right here, man. DSTM, don't shoot the messenger. This is Brother Ahmath, IQAhmath first name. IQ is all the same. Salute to the saints that's in the house, man. Prayerfully, everybody's doing well on this Lord's Day. You hear that song, man? Revelation, man. More things are being revealed as we see. As time moves on. Give me 1 second. Let me brighten up this light a little bit. Brighten up a little taste. That look a little better, man. How's everybody doing, man? Hopefully everybody's doing well in the Shabbat. Let me check in the chat, man. See my people's in the house. Uh, there you go. All right, man. Karata Zah Kalab in the house. Shalom to you, right? Hopefully you doing well, man. And my sister Diz the Wiz. Uh, my brothers up in the Northwest. Uziel, Malachi, Shalak in the house. Shalom to you, good brother. Ranayan in the house. Shalom, shalom. Kohath in the house. My man in the Midwest. Shalom to you, Sister Catherine in the house. All praises. Naquab in the house. Shalom to you and the family. Hosea in the house. Shalom to you, brother. Brother Will. Shalom, Michael. Prayerfully you well, man. Shabbat shalom. Anybody else is going to be joining in as the time moves on. The live always gets, more people popping in. Sometimes people catch it on the back end. Either way, it's all good. Shalom and peace to everybody, man, that's joining in us on this DSTM today. A lot to discuss, man. Y'all already know, man. The new dragon, the new pharaoh, the new king. You know who, man. The new devil, man, has been sworn in this week. And is he new? No, not really. We've seen him wag his forked tongue before. We've seen him strut his prideful arrogance all over the country and the world before. He's back for another round. Agent Orange, we know, is in the house, man. And it's really telling. And this is why I entitled this video, Job 9:24. The earth's been given into the hand of the wicked, because there's going to be no doubt, man. No doubt. If anybody had doubts before, anybody looking for more reasonings and more proof to kind of acknowledge, hey, America and the so-called white man is the wicked that is in control of the earth. I mean, you've seen the thumbnail. He's got it in the globe, red background behind him, signifying Esau, signifying evil, wicked. He's got it, man. All the nations now are getting in line for their sip of the cup of the fornication of the mother of harlots. You feel me? So there's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it, man. We're going to go through a number of different things today, man. A lot to cover. Not going to, beleaguer too long, man, because we still got a Sabbath class to close out later this afternoon. So let's get to it, man. Shabbat shalom. My sister Rosemarie out there in London. All praises, man. And look, the sister gave a good point. And you know what y'all supposed to do. You know what y'all supposed to do. You see that last three words, wipe her feet? Okay. That's what y'all supposed to do. Miss Shalak, he said he wiped his feet. Rani Yah, she said, hey, she wiped her feet. Some of y'all ain't been nice. Some of y'all ain't been too kind to the house, man. Let me find out that some of y'all ain't been coming up. You coming up in here, man. Bogarted your way in. Didn't wipe your feet. Didn't try to give me some honor and respect, man. I mean, I cleaned up. I cooked up. Doing everything I can to present a nice environment for brothers and sisters to come on into, man, and sup and build and get some information and some knowledge and some wisdom in the spirit of the Lord. And all I ask is that you just be respectful, man. Come on in, wipe your feet. Some of y'all ain't do that yet. Right? I see it. I can see it. So do me that solid, man. Don't just come on here, man, and be rude and Bogart, act like he got the keys. I opened the door. I didn't have to give you a key. It's open. Just wipe your feet. You dig what I'm saying? I know you did. I know you did. You're a model of consistency, man. But there's a couple of little looky-loos, man, to be popping up in here, man, be rude. So, do me that solid, man. Appreciate y'all, family. And I'm not asking because I'm getting paid or we getting paid or anything's coming up off of the books. It's only so that we can tell the damn AI algorithm we're in the house over here. And we're interested in the content. And we want you to continue sharing it. We want you to open up the floodgates of the other subscribers and the people who've not been getting notified, because I'm getting the reports. People are telling me I'm not getting notified. I didn't even know you was live. Hey, you still doing? Yeah, it's still going down. But YouTube is constantly cutting corners and closing and locking doors on people, so they don't know. The only way they're going to get it, man, is they got to be notified. And it does it. We can do it as a collective. People hit that thumbs up button, man. We can let the algorithm know, man. Don't try to shut it down. Don't try to block us out. Don't try to shadow ban. You dig what I'm saying? Like, hey, let it flow. Let it flow. All right. So let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. So, of course, let me see. Let me do this. And let's start off in Job. Quoting it, let's start off there. Job 9 and the 24th verse. Okay. So the classic scripture, man. This is one, if you don't get this when you first come into the truth, if this wasn't a thing that actually, tickled your fancy into trying to figure out more about the Bible, all praises, something else got you. But this was one for me, and I know it's a staple for many of us in this truth. When you read this scripture, Job 9:24, and it was broken down to you, you had no choice but to submit to the word of the Lord and put two and two together, because there's a question there at the end. This ends in a question, which means if the first frames of thought in this scripture have not answered who the wicked is, the question now has been reproposed to you. Who is he then? Who is he? And notice it's a masculine entity that has to be behind all of this. He, not he, she, they, them, non-binary, none of that. No, we're not playing alphabetical games here. It's not Scrabble. All right. Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So the entire earth has been handed over to a wicked entity, masculine, a he, which means what? This is why we trail it back to the bloodline of a person. When we say the so-called white man is the wicked, if the Bible says in 1 Chronicles 9:1 that all Israel is going to be recognized by their genealogies, and Numbers 1:18 says that the bloodline of the pedigree comes after the father. So all of the descendants of the he, the males, would dictate what a person is. So if the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked, and we're talking about a masculine entity, that means that this person is the progenitor of the wicked. And you can say, oh, that's not for plenty of people are wicked. Okay, hold on. Let me open up another tab. And it's very simple. I mean, there's just so many sympathizers. Nobody wants to be real no more and just say what it is. It's not going to make you a bad person because you admit and acknowledge the truth. That's why Yahweh told us, ye shall know the truth and the truth shall make you free. Once we're able to acknowledge and we exemplify and say, hey, you know what? That's the truth. I just got to say it. It is what it is. It's not going to make me a bad person. Not going to change how I act and do what I need to do. But hey, I got to call a spade a spade. So back to 1 Maccabees 1. Verse 1, and it happened after that, Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chedon, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes, that he reigned in his stead the first over Greece. So you go back to the dedication lessons I've done and all that, you'll get the complete understanding regarding all of this. And it happened. So this is a prophecy. Something was supposed to happen. There's going to be a transfer of power. Daniel, the 7th chapter, acknowledges it. There's a transfer of power when the Greeks actually come into rule. And prior to that, you had the Peloponnesian War between the struggle between the Spartans and why is it not rolling off the top of my tongue? The Spartans and the good Lord, I'm completely losing my mind. I just draw a complete blank. Talking about the Peloponnesian War. But, good Lord. Brother's getting old. But get back over to that dedication lesson I did not too long ago. But and it's right on the tip of my tongue, man. Spark. Let me find out who watched the dang video. If somebody throw it in the chat because it's gonna bust my brain if I don't. Good Lord, why am I? All right, forget it. Uh, throw it in the chat. You know what? See, I'm not gonna be satisfied until and I'm gonna hate myself after the battle between the two because they fight for power for the ultimate rule of Greece. Athens, good Lord, that was it. Athens and Sparta. Two Edomites battling for ultimate supremacy over Greek rule, right? But this was after Darius had defeated the Persians and the Medes. All right. So that's according to Daniel, the 7th chapter. Persians and the Medes begins with Babylon, Persians and the Medes, Greece, then Rome, the four kingdoms of Daniel, right? But this is when it's acknowledged as a prophecy that was understood, and it happened when the Greeks came into power. This was the first reign, really, as a kingdom of the so-called white man taking over the earth. 331 to 333 BC, this came to pass. And it happened after that Alexander, the son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chittim, had smitten Darius, the king of the Persians and the Medes, that he reigned in his stead, the first over Greece. Right? So this is after the Peloponnesian War. The Macedonians, they joined forces with Athens and took over. Now they have one Greek kingdom that's being ruled. These are so-called white people. Nobody disputes that. Right? Now, dropping down and reading verse 9. Now, in the room, remember, so-called white man under the Greeks, they're ruling right now. They have the right to rule as they see fit, right? Now, after Alexander dies, he splits his kingdom up to his four generals. They now are putting crowns over their heads, right? And they're ruling in their steads. Ptolemy, Cassander, Lysimachus, and who'd I miss? Ptolemy, Cassander, Lysimachus, and Cassander, all ruling in their steads, right? But notice what it says here, and evils were multiplied in the earth. So now, once we see that the earth has been given to the hand of the wicked, what compounds wickedness? What is an adjective that can be added to that word? Evil, right? So once they've gotten control of the earth, once the so-called whites got in control of the earth under the Greeks, only thing that happened in the earth was more evil. Now, dropping down to verse 10, and there came out of them, out of what? Out of this bloodline and out of them that were committing evils in the earth, a what? Wicked root. Oh, the earth's been given to the hand of the who? Wicked. Constantly we see this terminology attached to a people when they are ruling the earth. And there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king, who had been in hostage at Rome, and he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks. So now we're seeing more of this particular scripture manifesting. Job 9:24 again, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So, and it happened. Now we've got a earth that's being controlled and ruled by a wicked people, and the progenitor of them come from a male, known as the so-called white man, Esau, Edom. We're going to touch all of that as we continue on, right? The earth is given to the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. So he now has instituted his own judgments, his own laws, his own democracy, his own governments. He's committed the greatest acts of vandalism known to mankind. He's changed the faces of the judges. Well, who are the true judges of the earth? I mean, there's a whole book of judges in the Bible. All of them acknowledged as being Israelites. We don't need to go through the color scriptures. Everybody know what the judges look like. Dark skin, brown skin, melanated peoples, the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the Jews, right? Adam being created from the dust of the ground, all the elements of the earth being part of his genealogical makeup, all melanated, right? Up until Genesis 25:25, where we start seeing the birth of a people that had to be acknowledged physically because why? They look different than everybody else. The first came out red all over. Why was that an important thing that the Most High said this needs to be put into my word? A description of a people that obviously was different. That nobody else was described at birth what they look like because things shifted and changed. So he covered the faces of the judges. So how did he cover them? He now starts implementing himself, saying he was the holy man. He's the holy figures. He's the ones. Change the faces of Christ. Christ's going to be the ultimate judge, right? Then he says he's going to come back and exact vengeance on his enemies. He's going to come back and judge the earth. Every knee shall bow in Romans 10, where every knee shall bow. See, this is everything that the so-called white man did in order to try to cover his tracks. He covered the faces. So what did he do? He covered his tracks with lies, deceit, changing the history, the calendars, the times. He's instituted a multiplicity of lies throughout history. Everybody knows about the changing of the depictions of our people during the time of black nobility in Europe. Iconoclasm, right? He changed the faces of the judges now. Who did this? Who made these particular changes and instituted an influence on the world? You got guys like Sigmund Freud and Edward Bernays, the father of propaganda. They've got high witches in place to influence mind, thought on people. Doing social experiments, judging and following after the patterns of how people think, how you can influence them. This is why you have social media now, and they're paying off and have people who are known as what, quote unquote, influencers, so that they can institute the thoughts of the people and have them follow along. This is why you see the word trend or trending on your internet feeds when you're going on whatever particular platform that you're on. Because why? They want to follow the people want to follow the trends. What's happening now? Remember, what was it, 2 weeks ago? DSTM, when TikTok was on getting ready to get cut off, and I think they cut it off for a day or that night, Saturday night before the Sunday cutoff time. They cut it off, and people were starting to confess that they were lying on their profiles and everything they were doing on TikTok to make all this money, become influencers, that they were lying about things. They garnered them followers because they wanted people to, follow their trends and This is what they do. They change the face and they cover their tracks with all of these particular avenues. There's so many damn doors they got open. They got traps in them that people are falling all into them. But these are all about covering the faces of the judges. And if not wearing, who is it? So if all of those things don't make sense, then if not, who is it? If the earth has been given into the hands of the wicked, we're talking about who controls the financial systems, the World Bank, who controls the World Health Organization, who controls the CDC, who controls the World Council of Churches, who controls the UN, the EU, all the so-called white men behind it, man. Who's got the biggest military in the world? The so-called white. He's in control of the earth. Who's the one running around declaring diplomacy throughout the earth? Everybody in the earth is waiting for America or the so-called white man to give them approval for everything and anything that they do. The world reserve currency is based upon the dollar. Nobody can do business without utilizing the dollar with the white man's face on it. I mean, come on. There's no question. If not wearing, who is he? But it's okay. We'll get it together. Let's look at this. First of all, you see this? Some of y'all may have seen this. When he gets sworn in, The chump, right? Doesn't put his hand on the Bible when taking oath after Melania blunder. No, it's not Melania. He can see what that damn Bible is, but he didn't place his hand on the Bible. Why? Let me play a couple of videos. Here we go, right here.
Since we're going to be talking about preparing for a time of crisis, we have a brand new sponsor, All Family Pharma.
Medical freedom is important. You've probably heard about ivermectin, the medication that has been making the waves for years and helping so many during COVID.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Here we go, getting sworn in.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Chief Justice Roberts.
Look at Slow Biden. He's enjoying every moment of it. Remember they was beefing, talking all crazy. Remember he was talking about, man, if this was high school, I'd take him under the bleachers and punch him in the nose. And I thought they had real beef. Slow Biden is just enjoying every minute of the moment that he still got a camera in his face.
Ladies and gentlemen,
look at him, grinning, smiling. I thought she was beefing. I know Donald Trump. I know they're his type. You know, I prosecuted rapists, and yeah, look, she's clapping. She's enjoying it. Bill Clinton said he didn't inhale, but he looked like he's a little faded back there. Dig what I'm saying? Look at the first man, Emhoff. Look, they all are saluting. Everybody's happy. All right, let's continue.
Please welcome Chief Justice Roberts to administer the presidential oath of office.
Now, Key, remember, he said this is an oath.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States
the office of President of the United States
and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. So help me God.
Now, see, that's where it went wrong. As they sit back and say, so help me God. Does he believe in the Most High? What God is he talking about? Because, hold on, let's just wonder, what God is he talking about?
Look what water weight does to your body. Number one, stop drinking too much water.
He said,
America,
so help me God.
When are you going to wake up?
He's going to
something big.
Christians, get out and vote just this time. You won't have to do it anymore. 4 more years, you know what? It'll be fixed. It'll be fine. You won't have to vote anymore, my beautiful Christians. I love you, Christians. I'm not Christian. I love you.
Whoa. I love you, Christian. I'm not Christian, but...
You won't have to do it anymore. 4 more years, you know what? It'll be fixed. It'll be fine. You won't have to vote anymore, my beautiful Christians. I love you, Christians. I'm not Christian. I love you. Get out. You got to get out and vote. In 4 years, you don't have to vote again.
You see that? So, from the mouth of the devil himself, you feel me? So, he says, I'm not Christian. You ain't got to tell us that, but you got to convince these other, goofy people running around here. I mean, wasn't he selling Trump Bibles? Sirach 12:10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Like, come on. He was sitting back selling Trump Bibles. He said, I'm not Christian. Like, so what are you selling Bibles for? Who was his real? This dude is wicked as hell. Who was he really worshiping, man? Revelation 13. We're going to read verse 4. And they worshiped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. And they worshiped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast, who is able to make war with him? Matter of fact, let's jump up. We read verse 1. And I stood upon the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the names of blasphemy. So this is the so-called white man under the beast system, riding on the history of the 7 heads, the 10 horns. The beast is rising up out of the sea. There's got the 10 horns. That's the beast system, right? Which is established based upon the EU, NATO. The dragon that's given us his power. It's a so-called white man receiving power from from the dragon. So he's going to really acknowledge who his damn God is. But he said, I'm not Christian. Like I don't follow the same thing as y'all. I'm gonna give you another proof of positive in a second. It says, and the beast which thou saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, right? And his mouth as the mouth of a lion. So the beast which I saw is like unto a leopard. So again, getting back to the beginning rules of the so-called white man under the Greeks, right? Then his feet were like the feet unto a bear. This is how he came and stomped out and destroyed from 70 AD on. And his mouth was like the mouth of a lion, roaring and speaking great blasphemies and threats throughout the world, establishing his power and his dominion, right? Now, it says, and the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. So the dragon, if we go back to Revelation 12, we're going to come back to this too. Verse 9, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. So the great dragon, that red dragon, is representations of the spiritual entity. The angel, the devil, Satan, is the one who gave this beast his power. Who's in control of the beast? The so-called white man. That's going back over to Revelation 17, the mother harlots, all of that. So when he's saying he's getting his power, he doesn't believe, he's not a Christian. I mean, he don't believe in the Most High. He's acknowledging his power from Satan. Now, let me show you one other thing. Hold on. Where's another one? Oh, you know what? It's here. It's here. Watch this. Now, this is under his first term, right? It's Edomite Colby Covington, a UFC fighter. He just got through beating the Jake, Tyrone Woodley. Now, watch this interview.
Wishes? Hit me.
An alien. Fair use.
That's an alien.
Hang with Dustin Poirier.
Our reaction.
You think of what I'm thinking?
Let's go.
Criticism. Commentary.
You and I should get in there.
Scholarship and teaching purpose.
Is that funny?
Not for profit.
In terms of how you expected this fight to play out and then what actually happened in the octagon.
No one's finished him, you know, this beat him that dramatically. So this is the best I've ever looked. And the POTUS is calling me, Mr. President.
So this is after his win. He gets a phone. He gets handed the phone. He's so excited. Mr. President, the POTUS is on the phone. The President of the United States. He's on the phone. Hold on.
You gonna put that on speaker for us or what?
Mr. President.
We're gonna try and get.
No, hold on. I'm gonna come back, Shalaki. I gotta show something. My brother just came in. I mentioned it earlier. People was thinking of capping. Look, Shabbat Shalom, Yashala didn't get a notice. Didn't I say that at the beginning? People are not getting notified. I need y'all to hit that like button, man. Make sure you're sharing this video. Do what you need to do to keep YouTube and the rest of these entities from blocking and shadow banning our content over here. Do your brother that solid, man. Appreciate y'all support. Love y'all. Now let's get back. Okay, so where were we at? He's so excited, right? President Trump is calling him.
Wishes?
Come on.
An alien. That's an alien.
This is going to be interesting. Now remember, Revelation 13:6 says that the beast got its power from Satan.
You and I should get in there.
Have you seen Satan?
Is that funny?
In terms of how you expected this fight to play out and then what actually happened.
That and beat him that dramatically. So this is the best I've ever looked. And
so
all
excited.
the see you. I don't care if there was a Superman in there. Much, Mr. President. You gave me the dragon energy when you shook my hand.
Oh, did you hear that?
I wanted to watch that fight tonight. I wanted to watch it. You were great.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. You gave me the dragon energy when you shook my hand.
Did you hear that? I'm gonna play it one more time. Y'all might have missed it. He gets on the phone with the chump. Mind you, this is when he was president. This was his first term.
Congratulations. I wanted to watch that fight tonight. I wanted to watch it. You were great.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. You gave me the dragon energy when you shook my hand on Sunday at your rally, and it doesn't matter if King Kong was in front of me, I was not going to lose after getting to shake your hand and get your rally.
You hear that? He said, man, once I shook your hand and you gave me that dragon energy, I felt like I could take out King Kong. Nobody could stop me. And he says, oh, yeah, you wasn't going to lose. Why? Why, you ask? Oh, my goodness, boy. They don't believe us, man, when we say that the white man is the devil. They don't believe us. They say, oh, man, you guys are crazy. You guys are a hate group. You guys are racist. You know. And the dragon, let me open up this other one and make sure we can just bounce back real fast because I need to get this over and get this out of the way. All right. Getting back. Revelation 13:2. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. So, after the rulership of the so-called white man, the beast he saw was like unto a leopard. Remember, there were 4 beasts in Daniel 7. The second one was like a leopard. That was a rulership of the Greeks. It's the establishment of the so-called white man coming into power. His feet were as the feet of a bear. He stomped out all competition. It tells you that all nations, in First Maccabees 1 tells you all the nations became subject unto him. He conquered all the kings, establishing his rulership. His mouth was at the mouth of a lion. What did he do? He started establishing his own rulership of government, democracy, so forth and so on. Many evils multiplied in the earth. He ruled through his mouth and his diplomacies, declaring wars, destroying nations, threats, you name it, sanctions, tariffs. You hear it. You hear all of this stuff coming out of his mouth. But this was already prophesied back then, that throughout the rulership of the so-called white man, he would do all of the above. And the dragon gave him his power. So we just got to read him. Well, who was the dragon? That old serpent, the devil, gave him his power and his seat and great authority. Colby Covington says, sir, I shook your hand. You gave me the dragon energy. Huh? Am I tripping? Luke 4. And Yahweh, being full of the Holy Spirit, returned from Jordan and was led by the Spirit into the wilderness, being 40 days tempted of the devil. And in those days he did eat nothing. And when they were ended, he afterward hungered. So this is the 40 days. Yahweh fasted in the wilderness. Who's the first person to come up to him, trying to tempt him, trying to get into his mind, trying to turn him to go off? Satan. That's how you know when you're fasting, when you're meditation, when you're in your prayers, when you're times of need, the first thought that comes into your head could be, I'm not going to say always will be, but you're going to get them temptations from Satan. You're going to get them thoughts, some evil thoughts, some wickedness, those thoughts, the thoughts of going off, the thoughts of ending your fast, the thoughts of saying you can't accomplish it, the thoughts of don't even fast because you can't, you're no good. You're not going to be able to accomplish your goals. You're filthy rags, whatever, right? Seeds of doubt will come into play. Trying to turn you over to the left-hand side, that's going to be the things that come into play, right? Verse 3, it says, and the devil said unto him, if thou be the Son of the Most High, command the stone that it be made bread. There goes your first temptation. Oh, you think you're going to be able to overcome? You think that you're this, this holy spiritual person that's connected with the Lord? You can't do it. You're wicked. You're evil. That's why the Lord punishing you. Just take it. So he told him, he challenged his power. If you're the Son of Man, Son of the Most High, go on and turn them stones into bread, man. You can end your hunger right now. But what did Yahweh say? And he answered him, saying, it is written. That's key. That man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word of the Most High. So what did Yahweh do? He went and started quoting the Psalms. So when you become tempted by becoming tempted by Satan, your first defense, my first defense, is to resort to the scriptures. You got to go back into the word. You got to get into your reading. You got to get into your prayers, your meditations. Those thoughts that come in, you have to look for precepts that will counter those thoughts based upon the scriptures. Yahweh gave us the blueprint on how to fend off Satan, and it starts with the word. If you're not instituting the Bible within your fast, within your meditation, within your daily lives, you are going to fall victim to every wile of the devil. Yahweh said the only way you can fight is through the scriptures. And he also said that some spirits ain't gonna come out but by fasting and prayer. But along with fasting and prayer, we see what comes with that. The word that has to be instituted. You can't just be curled up in a ball, shaking and moaning how hungry you are. That ain't gonna work. Doesn't work like that. Continuing on to verse 5. And the devil taking him up into a high mountain showed unto him all the kingdoms of the world in a moment of time. Now, you see that? Satan shows him the whole earth, shows him the kingdom, shows him rulership, dominion, shows him all of the kingdoms of establishment of the world in a moment of time. He showed him all of them. He said, man, you see Egypt, you see Babylon, you see Assyria, you see, Greece, you see the Romans ruling right now. Moving fast forward, he's showing him, he's seen everything. And he said, what? And the devil said unto him, all this power will I give thee, and the glory of them, for that is delivered unto me to whomsoever I will give it. So the devil gave power unto the beast. Well, how could that beast get his power? What's the power that he had? All the kingdoms of the world. So when the earth was given into the hand of the wicked, who had the authority that the Most High gave him to give that power over to? And the so-called white man is the one who it was given to. Because what did he do? Verse 7. The stipulation is, Satan said, I can give you all the powers of the kingdoms. I'll give you all rulership, dominion of the world. All you got to do is what? If thou therefore wilt worship me, it shall be thine. He said, all you got to do is bow down, kiss the ring. All you got to do is worship. That's why the chump says, I love my Christians. I love the Christians. I'm not a Christian, but I love the Christians. I can't be included in that number. I can't make that oath. I can't acknowledge that. Because I already made my choice. I already know who I'm worshiping. Do you understand? And when Colby Covington says, oh, you gave me the dragon energy, that transferring of power, that shows you how these damn wicked demons be working, man. He said, all that, when I shook your hand, what's that scripture? Let me just show you. Matthew 14:36, and besought him that they might only touch the hem of his garment. Let me just get right to the point. I don't want to short the scripture. Let's start at we'll start at 33. And this is Yahweh Shai coming through. People are looking for healing, right? They hear of his fame, and people are coming out to come see him because they're looking to get healed. It says, then they that were in the ship came and worshiped him, saying, of a truth, thou art the Son of the Most High. And when they were gone over, they came into the land of Gennesaret. And when the men of that place had acknowledged of him, they sent out into all the country round about and brought unto him all that were diseased, and besought him that they might only touch the hem of his garment. And as many as touched were made perfectly whole. So that's why you can even see the touching and the transferring of power, energy, spirit, all of that, whatever whatever descriptive word you want to use, that stuff is real, man. That's why when you see them heathens, and y'all seen videos, man, when a sister or Jake, goes into a foreign country, and you see that the Moabites and all that, they want to touch the hair, they want to touch all over, because they look at it. What are they trying to touch? What are they so amazed at? They think that they're going to be able. Even Peter said it in I think it's in Acts. No. Is it Romans 10? No, slide in. Because when you hear Kobe Covington say, when I touched your hand and I got the dragon energy, and he said, let me see if this is it. I thought that was, I could have sworn there was a scripture that, well, that there's a scripture that say not to touch it, come onto anything that's unclean. But I can't think of it off the top of my head right now. But the point of the matter is, you got to make sure that you're not, or people got to acknowledge and see that this is why the heathen and the nations, always want to touch you and always want to be around you, because they want, just like when we seen in the Exodus, when those nations, man, in the mixed multitude seen the power of the Most High destroy Egypt, the firstborn, all the plagues, and they said, we know that the Most High is with you. We want to come along with you. They want that power. They want the Most High's spirit to be amongst them as well. So what do? Cling to him that is a Jew. Zechariah 8 tells us that 10 are going to grab hold of the skirt of him that's a Jew, saying, we heard that the Most High is with you. So they know through physical contact, through a closeness, that there can be a transferring of power, spirit, energy, whatever you decide to call it. So when you hear about him saying he got that energy, that's real. And that's why the chump was like, oh yeah, you're gonna win. I had no doubt about it. And at the time, Tyrone Woodley, I think he was undefeated. He was the champ and all of that. And Kobe Covington, man, handed Tyrone Woodley a loss, put the beats on him, and Tyrone Woodley hadn't been the same since. Tyrone Woodley went ahead and got knocked out by damn Jake Paul later, a couple years later. Jake Paul, the damn YouTube boxer. You talking about a professional MMA ex-champion, gets in the ring with a YouTube and got knocked out too? I mean, he definitely got touched up. His whole spirit is rocked at this point, because he went up against one who had the quote-unquote dragon energy that he received from Satan and the head thereof, right? So now he pops in, he gets quoted in, doesn't touch the Bible.
Congratulations, Mr. President. Preserve, protect, and defend.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
The Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
Thank you, Joe. You see that? Thank you, Joe. Joe just so lost, man. He don't know where he's at. Look at Kamala, all of them clapping. They all fake as hell, right? But notice he did not put his hand on that Bible. He said he's not a Christian. You just seen Kobe Covington talk about he got dragon energy from him. We see who the dragon is. We see who the dragon gives his power onto. And look at these cats, man. Look at these cats.
I took the drugs and the drugs are working.
Now, this is during the inauguration. Now, I don't know if this is AI or not, man, but guess what? I'm gonna say it's real. I'm just gonna go there. This is during the inauguration, right? And I believe this is when that coon Negro was up there. Listen, I'm gonna show him in a minute, and y'all gonna know who I'm talking about. The coon Negro preacher that was reciting the Martin Luther King Jr. speech, and then went on a whole little crazy tangent. Jeff Bezos right there glitched out, and so did Elon. Look at these damn demons, man. Look at the demons that come on them when a quote-unquote preacher starts speaking. Now, is this the demons, getting agitated because there's a so-called preacher speaking the word, or is this them having a glitch?
I took the drugs and the drugs are working. And the drugs are working. I took the drugs and the drugs are working. Took the drugs are working. And the drugs are working. And the drugs are working. I took the drugs and the drugs are working. And the drugs are working.
What is going on? What is going on with these guys? Possession.
I took the drugs and the drugs are working. And the drugs are
now he's either agitated that a prayer is going on and all that, or he's glitching out. This is when you see Revelation 12 when they're talking about all and all of his angels were cast down with him. Like, these are the agents of Satan. Is they're glitching out?
Working. I took the drugs and the drugs are working. Took the drugs are working. And the drugs are working. And the drugs are working. I took the drugs and the drugs are working. And the drugs are working.
I mean, this is some wild stuff, man. This is some wild stuff that these cats is into. I'm claiming it's real. These cats is glitched out, man. Said Judge Doom for Roger Rabbit. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was thinking of Raiden from Mortal Kombat. Raiden got that big old basket hat covering his eyes and all that, but she looked like she's straight out of Star Wars, wife of Darth Vader or something, man. She's part of the Empire. Look at her suit. I mean, this is wild, man. This is what we're into, though. All right. So we're seeing some of these things. Now, notice he says that he took this particular oath. He said he's going to stand on it. So help him God. But we know what God he's talking about, because he damn sure ain't talking about the Most High. Zechariah 5, we're going to read verse 3 and 4. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on the side according to it. So we know this is on stolen land, that he's sitting up here making vows, instituting laws, talking about kicking off indigenous peoples off of the land. And, these are people, well, we're talking about the Northern Kingdom, at least. I'm not talking about the damn Ishmael and Moab and all the rest of the nations, man, they've been flocking over here, the mingled people and everybody else flocking over here, quote unquote, illegally. Or is it Kung Lao? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I thought it was Raiden, but maybe it's Kung Lao. But it was one of the cat that had the hat, spinning the hat off that was like a damn razor blade. But that's exactly what we're talking about. We see here the curse is going over the face of the whole earth. Why? Because the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. He's got to pay for all of it. Everyone that steals shall be cut off according to the side of it. He's covered in fields. We know that. He's stolen lands. He's colonized. He's signing over, quote unquote, executive orders. Right? The Lord said that there's going to be a curse and a judgment that follows this. And everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it. So he swore an oath unto God. Didn't put his hand on the Bible, said he's not a Christian and all this other stuff, man. The Lord said, you're doing just as you're supposed to. Everything that we're seeing is lining up accordingly, man. We're going to see even more as we continue on. I will bring it forth, saith the Yahweh power of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief. He's stolen lands, names, identities. He's stolen resources. He's stolen people. Guilty of all. Stolen inventions. He's done it all. Enter in the house of the thief and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name. Now, we know the Most High's name is not God, but by implication, we know exactly who he was supposed to be swearing an oath to when he got sworn in. And it shall remain in the midst of his house and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof. So this is why we're seeing as soon as he gets inaugurated, before he gets inaugurated, he comes on in, fires breaking out all over here, man. Things going haywire, right? Terrorist bombings at his Trump hotel over there in Vegas, New Orleans, you name it. School shooting in Nashville. Again, this is just the beginning. Just the beginning. Let me get one more. Malachi 3. Read in verse 5. And I will come near to you to judgment, and I will be a swift witness against the sorcerers and against the adulterers and against false swearers. So when the Most High is establishing the righteousness and the covenant, Israel is going to be brought back, right? And it says, and the judgment is going to fall against the sorcerers and adulterers. The sorcerers and those high witches and warlocks are the ones we just got to see it glitching out. Bezos and damn Elon and the rest of these cats, man, all going to get jacked up and destroyed. I will be swift witness against the sorcerers and against the adulterers and against false swearers. Yeah, he falsely swore in. And against those that oppress the hireling in his wages. We've continually been oppressed over here. The widow and the fatherless, yeah, he's trying to sign executive orders to end the Citizenship Act. The widow, the fatherless, the babies, the young. I mean, he's doing a whole lot, man. We're gonna look at it in a second. And to turn aside the stranger from his right, and fear not me, save the power of hosts. How the power of hosts, right? So let's get to it. I'm only on the first slide, man. I got to get to it. So Trump comes in. He don't even utilize the Bible. So this is clear where he stands, right? Now we see here another evidence of Job 9:24. Everybody wants to be my friend. Trump feels the love. Of course. Why does everybody want to, everybody wants to feel the love? Is because this is only more indicative of what the scripture says. See, some people are sitting back scratching their head saying, man, damn, look like there ain't gonna be no World War III. Looks like everything's going, going his way. No, it's going the Most High's way. Him getting implemented, and we're seeing all of the shifting and the changing only goes more in tune with the scriptures. Because really, if you look at it, the last 4 years, man, the nations in the world was in complete rebellion with America. They was disrespecting slow Biden. Slow Biden was, getting tossed around. He was a trick, man. He was paying off all the nations, giving off all kind of money. He was doing every damn thing trying to please everybody. And they were just taking advantage of him. When he went over there to Saudi Arabia, man, damn Ishmael didn't shake his hand. He couldn't get on the phone with Putin. But now we're seeing a shift back to where the quote unquote respect of America is coming back. Mother of harlots, man. She's starting to, throw her costly array back on, throw her little heels on, put on the bustier top, propping up her boobs. You feel me? Got her wig done. She's starting to feel herself again. And look at it, Revelation 14:8. And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, it's fallen. This is all good because guess what? Babylon is going to fall. It's got to be able to stand up again. America was down. Now she's standing up again. This whole she's standing up again, ready to strut her stuff. So what? She can fall. That great city. Why? Because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of fornication. Do you see that? Forcibly. What is he doing? He's jumping out, making everybody bow down. And if you don't like it, tariffs on deck. You don't like it, cutting off international funding. You don't like it, we're pulling out American resources in this area, that area. You don't like you want to end that war? He's making all the nations drink the wine of the fornication. That's why he's saying, oh, everybody wants to be my friend. Everybody's now wants to say, well, Mr. President, can I have a cup? Please, pour me some. Yeah, no problem. I'll drink too. I'll drink to that. Revelation 17. And there came one of the seven angels, which had the seven vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither. I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. This is all about judgment. So Trump, by all estimations, is setting up America for a great fall. We're seeing all the pieces of puzzles coming together. All the nations now are being made to drink the wine, and you see everybody kissing the ring, everybody's bowing down, everybody's playing nice, everybody's saying, finally, we got, America back in order. We're going to get back to money flowing and everything's going to be great. You dig what I'm saying? Now, verse 2, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. So they're all getting in line. They're all getting ready. They're all enjoying themselves. It had to come back together because, slow Biden had everybody divided. Everybody was out for themselves. Everybody was in rebellion, ready to go to war and wild out. And the Trump says, no. I'm getting us all back in order. Everybody's going to bow down. You're going to be made to do as I say. And if you don't like it, troops on deck. You're going to get up out of here and come back in here, right? SWAT teams on deck, raids happening all over the place from churches to businesses. You're getting back down to the border, military planes getting loaded up with bodies. Sending them back out of here, changing. I mean, this dude everybody's trying to be his friend now. Everybody's doing what they're supposed to do. But this is why we know it's going to be a great falling of America. Verse 3, for all nations have drunk the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacy. So what is he promising? Prosperity for everybody all throughout the world. Yeah, do business with America. You come over here, instead of going to China, instead of going to Russia, instead of going to Ukraine, wherever, you can come over here, establish a business. I'm going to give you great tax cuts. Everything's going to be good. You're going to make money. I'm going to make money. Look, I'm instituting AI. I'm instituting crypto. We're going to make a lot of money. You hear him saying all of that? All the nations are saying, hey, we want to invest in America now. We believe. He's negotiating ceasefires because why? Everybody's saying, you know what? If we can, get rich and we can actually prosper off of this whole thing, man, let's do that. Drop down verse 9. It says, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. Yeah, when the missiles hit, when the chariots get this, smoking this place out, the nation's going to be like, God dang. The gravy train is gone. The goose that laid the golden egg, man, she got beheaded. It's over with. It's standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, the great city, Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. See, so there's got to be a moment of prosperity. Everybody's, balling out. Everybody's enjoying themselves. Everybody's got things going. Everything's shaking, looking right. Here he comes. He claims he's the chosen one. He's the savior. These white evangelicals, man, could swear that he's the second coming. Oh, yeah, everything's great. Like the brother put in there, First Thessalonians 5:3. When they say peace, and sudden destruction happen, that's exactly what's going to be happening. He's the one running around claiming, I'm going to end all the wars. Well, he already lied. He said 24 hours after he's inaugurated, he's going to end the Ukraine and Russia war. That ain't happened. So he lied already on that one. But that's par for the course when dealing with the devil, man. He's going to lie. Verse 11, it says, And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. Yeah, the gravy train is going to be cut off. The merchandise of gold, silver, precious stones, and of pearls, and fine linen, and purple, and silk, and the scarlet, and all the thinine wood, and all the manners of vessel of ivory, and all manner of vessels of the most precious wood of brass, and iron, and marble. Yeah, all the resources, everything, the imports. America is the greatest consumer. They don't manufacture anymore. That's why he's trying to switch that up. He wants to bring manufacturing back here. Man, who's the greatest buyer of Mercedes? Who's the greatest buyer of all these Japanese cars? America. You go to China, man, they riding on bikes. They don't give a damn. And bikes and trains and all of that. They ain't worried about no dang cars. But who needs them cars, man? America needs them. All of the precious wood, the greatest industrial, real estate industries is jumping off over here, man. Look, this is the place where everybody's getting paid from. All of the trade markets. Verse 13, and cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense, wine, oil, fine flour, wheat, beasts and sheep, horses, chariots, and slaves and souls of men. They're even getting transported. All of the port cities that they got here in America, the multiple port cities, where people are actually getting these resources sent to them in third world countries, in Europe, so forth, they're going to get cut off because they're not going to be able to get these supplies anymore. Slaves and souls of men. They're literally out here shipping off bodies and people right now, which are pretty much slaves. I mean, everybody's working as, damn near indentured servants right now. Haggai says we're working to earn wages to put it in a bag full of holes. As soon as you get some money, it's going right back into the system. People saying, oh, well, I got money, I got investments. Who established the whole damn system for investing? The so-called white man. The stock market, you ain't shaking and moving nothing on them stocks unless he got it set up and he's getting a piece. Even the trading and exchanging apps that you're using, Robinhood and Coinbase, they all get fees too. You want some money, you want to invest? Oh yeah, we're going to charge you a fee to cash out your money. He's getting a piece of every damn thing. You can't establish a business without a business license, without insurance, without paying for commercial properties. You still got to get your supplies, taxes. He gets a tax to everything, man. That's all. That's why we're here as slaves in America. Now he's departing and he's trying to get rid of the slaves. Do you understand? With the deportations. But that's why you see everybody wants to be his friend. Yeah, because he's in control of the earth. He's making the nations drink. Right? Look, Saudi Crown Prince makes $600 billion investment in trade pledge to Trump. When Slow Biden went over there and tried to tell him, man, can you lower the oil prices, man? We struggling over here. He told Biden, man, get the hell out. And didn't even shake his hand. The chump comes over there, man. They immediately say, we got $600 billion. And the chump said, that's cool, but I'm looking for $1 trillion. And I'm gonna ask them to lower them prices on the oil. He said, I think they'll do it. We've been very good to them. Saudi Crown Prince. This is another cut from Jake's running around talking about Esau's not the white man, Esau's the Arabs. Give me a damn break, man. Ishmael is bowing down to the so-called white man. He's in control of the earth. The fatness of the earth, the resources, everything comes through him. Living by the sword does not mean chopping off the heads in judgment, like the damn, Arabs like to do. Living by the sword is the weapon, the technology, and the threat that comes behind being able to use it to submit people into subjection to them. The white man has mastered that, not the Arabs. And the Arabs clearly are falling in line with the rulership of the so-called white man. Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman told President Trump he's willing to expand investments and trade with the U.S. in the coming 4 years by $600 billion with a B. Remember each other reading about the merchants of the earth, man, waxing rich through the abundance of her delicacies. They're all drinking and fornication. They all want a piece. He's not investing $600 billion if he ain't getting double that back. Crown Prince, known as MBS, spoke to the American president in a congratulatory phone call on Wednesday, SPA said. During the call, Prince Mohammed said that the kingdom was eager to seize partnership and investment opportunities created by the new administration's anticipated reforms, which could have achieved unprecedented economic prosperity. Do we need to go back? Do we need to go back? Where it says they got rich through the abundance of her delicacies, verse 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath for fornication, and the kings of the earth. Remember, he said the kingdom. This is just one of them. Let's go back. During the call, Prince Mohammed said the kingdom was eager to seize partnership. For what? An unprecedented economic prosperity. Who were they getting along with? Babylon. This is another reason why we know America is Babylon. For all nations have drunk the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich to the abundance of her delicacies. What America has to offer. Saudi Crown Prince, MBS. They give him a little acronym. So you ain't got to say Mohammed bin Salman. Is seeking economic prosperity. SBA did not provide further details to say what reforms the Crown Prince was talking about. But again, Agent Orange said he wants it to be $1 trillion. He said $600 billion. That's cool. Yeah, we appreciate that. But I'm gonna ask for $1 trillion. And if he gives him $1 trillion, it's over with. Can't nobody say that the damn that the Arabs is Esau. Not with everything that we're seeing, and the end all kingdom that's going to be the final judgment to be destroyed. Obadiah 1. Hold on. Look at this. There you go. He's crowning, giving him the gold chain. Remember how Nebuchadnezzar gave Daniel the gold chain and all that? This is what they doing, man. Bowing down. Look what he told Putin. Trump sends an ominous threat to Putin unless he ends this ridiculous war with Ukraine now. He told Putin, man, hey, look, if you don't stop this, you're gonna get hit with massive tariff sanctions and taxes, and we're gonna get on you. And guess what? Putin was like, let's talk. I've been waiting to talk to you. Zelensky. Now that he's been cut off from resources, now he's saying he's ready to talk. Now, there's one thing, one caveat in the whole midst of this. So, people say, man, you say you Israelites, DSG, you've been talking about World War III, and Satan and Trump came in and saved us. It's over with. The one nation that Trump said there's going to forever be a problem is Iran. And Iran is the one stirring up the pot in the Middle East right now. So, he's not even in contact. He said that's a religious thing. The rest is business. I can't mess with these religious zealots. We're just gonna have to deal with that. So the threats of war, that's not going nowhere, right? Look at it. President Donald Trump on Wednesday warned Vladimir Putin that he faces taxes, tariffs, and sanctions if Russia did not sign up to a deal to end the war in Ukraine. Well, didn't Slow Biden do the same thing? He hit him with tariffs and sanctions and the whole nine, and Russia furtherly economically strived. So what makes this particular threat different than Slow Biden? But we'll see. He delivered a threat on his True Social platform. If we don't make a deal, and soon, I have no other choice but to put high levels of taxes, tariffs, and sanctions on anything being sold by Russia to the United States and various other participating countries. Trump posted with his usual mix of idiosyncratic capitalization. So this is how we see another reason that the so-called white man in America is the wicked that controls the earth, because he says that he can impose taxes, tariffs, and sanctions not only on things that come from Russia into America, but participating countries. So he controls the economic sanctions that go on in other countries. That's part of the earth. That's the world. He says, let's get this war, which never should have started, if I were president, over with. Trump frequently claimed he would end the war in Ukraine in his first 24 hours at the White House. But clearly he lied and didn't do that, right? But he's out here politicking. Look at Putin says. Putin says Ukraine crisis could have been avoided if Trump, quote, had not been deprived of an election win, and says he is ready to discuss the war with the president. Everybody wants to be my friend. You see it. Vladimir Putin today declared that the war in Ukraine could have been averted if the chump had not been robbed of the election in 2020. Describing his armed forces' full-scale invasion of the neighbor in February 2022 as a crisis, Putin told state media that the horrific bloodshed that has blighted Eastern Europe for almost 3 years would not have happened under the Trump presidency. I cannot but agree with him that if he had been president, if his victory had not been stolen from him in 2020, then perhaps there would not have been the crisis in Ukraine that arose in 2022. So he's co-signing and stamping what the chump has been saying. If I was president, this would have never happened. Now Putin is on some peace talk, but as of right now, nothing has came to pass. So we'll see, right? We've seen him talk about his dragon energy. Y'all seen this? I know y'all seen this. Y'all look just like I look. Elon Musk performed a bizarre Hitler salute at the Trump inauguration rally. So symbolizations of everything. Visually, we see everything. Your eyes don't lie, right? Everybody's seen this. Now imagine if this was an Israelite, you'd have been crucified, arrested, destroyed, canceled, the whole nine. But look, he doubles down. After all of the accusations come out, he puts all of these puns in his response, even implementing German members of the Stasi under Hitler as part of the joke. So not only did he give the salute, then he doubles down and subliminally is throwing in one-liners using the names of German officers during how much it cost. Don't say Hess to Nazi accusations. Some people Goebbels anything down. Joseph Goebbels, if you do some research on him, you'll see what he was up to. Stop goring your enemies. His pronouns should have been he or Himmler. Bet you did not see that coming. And puts a laughing emoji. I mean, he can go all out. Salute, double down with, and where's the JDL at? Where's the what are these other damn goofy organizations that they run? SPLC. I mean, nobody's popping out saying this is insensitive. This is anti-Semitic. This isn't right. A joke or not. This is not funny. Blah, blah, blah. Nobody's saying nothing. The privilege is an MFer, man. We can't even get on the internet and say we've got strong claims based on history, biblical prophecy, physical description, so forth and so on, that we are the people and they're not, without getting canceled, without getting a damn your channels cut off, the whole nine. Oh yeah, he's from South Africa, came up under the apartheid regime. Trump got like 3-4 people that's from South Africa surrounding him. They came under apartheid. That's why you don't see near black face represented with this administration. There's no melanin going on. Matter of fact, what's the name? Ramaswamy. The only damn he's Elon, but he's melanated. He just quit and bounced. They ran him up out of there. Ain't nobody left. You know, I know the elder put out Marco Rubio, but I'm calling Spaniard on that. He doubled down, man. And then look, Benjamin Not a Jew says Elon is a great friend of Israel. He visited Israel after October 7th massacre, in which Hamas terrorists committed the worst atrocity against the Jewish people since the Holocaust. He has since repeatedly and forcefully supported Israel's right to defend itself against genocidal terrorists and regimes who seek to annihilate the one and only Jewish state. I thank him for this. And Elon Musty, he says the radical leftists are really upset that they had to take time out of their busy day praising Hamas to call me a Nazi. Now, Benjamin Not a Jew, he says that Elon Musk is being falsely smeared. No other nation, no other people would be able to say any of this without being crucified openly on the internet. They'd have been canceled. I mean, they'd have called for your head. Look, just because of what Kyrie did, Kyrie posted a picture from Hebrews and Negroes. He didn't leave a caption saying, go get this. This is vital information. He damn near lost his job. You can't say nothing against these people, but leave it to them. They can say whatever they want. And he gets away with it because he's the damn high witch warlock of the administration. And he's got his hands right up the rectum of, Agent Orange. He's calling shots, and now he's got the backing of the most powerful nation in the world standing behind him. And guess what? Not a Jew's going to have to bow down too. So imagine that. Now, this is even more serious. And this is why we say, this is all falling in line. Trump announces the $500 billion AI infrastructure investment in the U.S. So now he's investing in AI, global technology of surveillance, digital currencies. This is all part of the beast system. This is all part of Revelation 13. This is all part of him establishing the next phase of the mark of the, because it's already, the technology is already set up, right? Now they just need the investment. And then now you see when you got Elon Musk, part of the administration, now he's also implementing and putting in CEOs advancing this particular technologies. You can see where everything is sliding into. You know what, Oscar? Yeah, you're right. Cash Patel, I forgot about him. Another Elamite. He's running the FBI now. So yeah, he's got one. He ain't got no damn Israelites in there. That's a fact. They ain't near black brown face in there that you can see a mile long of people here pointing. I ain't seen nobody. But you're right. Cash Patel is the last of the melanated brown people over there, but he's a damn heathen. But look what he's did. He's got OpenAI, $500 billion, right? They're investing in this technology. 3 top tech firms on Tuesday announced that they will create a new company called Stargate. Stargate. And go watch that movie too back in the day. Very good movie. Stargate, to grow artificial intelligence, AI. A fake intelligence, artificial, fake intelligence infrastructure in the United States. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman, SoftBank CEO Masayoshi Son, and Oracle Chairman Larry Ellison. Oracle Chairman Larry Ellison. Now, that's very important. We got to watch him. Appeared at the White House Tuesday afternoon alongside President Donald Trump to announce the company, which Trump called their, quote, largest AI infrastructure project in history. Why do they want to have the largest artificial intelligence infrastructure project in history? AI is already taking over jobs. AI is taking over surveillance. AI is taking over technology advancements, robotics. You see, Elon got the damn what do they call it, Colossus or whatever, the AI robots they're trying to motivate to get into the house so that we live in the times of iRobot. He's signing over to institute the next phase of the beast system getting established so they can have dominant global control under the NWO. You know what that means. The companies will invest $100 billion in the project to start, with plans to pour up to $500 billion into the Stargate in the coming years. The project is expected to create 100,000 U.S. jobs, Trump said. Now, Elon came out and jumped behind him and said, "Oh, that's cool, but they ain't got the money." And then I think Sam Altman came back and was like, the first phase is already underway. You want to come see it? So there's already little jealousy growing within the damn nerd tech heads regarding the direction. But nonetheless, it's already lined up. Stargate will build the physical and virtual infrastructure to power the next generation of AI, including data centers around the country. Trump said. Ellison said the group's first 1 million square foot data project is already under construction in Texas. So there we go, right? Stargate AI project could help create cancer, mRNA, VAX. Oracle CEO Larry Ellison says. So look at this. One thing that they acknowledge too is that they're working on a new jab, utilizing the same technology that was being used for the DVOC 91 situation, that health situation, right? And I'm not going to speak too much more on the mRNA, but y'all, I'm sure y'all have seen, heard, and maybe have some speculations regarding this technology and what it could do to your body, what it could manipulate, what it could, be inside of it to be inserted in you. So just as we're getting out of one situation, running from that poking arm, here they've got a multi-billion-dollar investment saying this is going to be part of the new project, is developing new technology through AI, through medicine, that can be injected into you. Interesting. But let's look at Oracle Larry CEO. Remember this? Class action lawsuit accuses Oracle of tracking 5 billion people. The company stands accused of earning billions from a, quote, worldwide surveillance machine. Yeah, Oracle. Taken from the Matrix, the Oracle that knows everything, right? They had a lawsuit 3 years ago. They were using facial recognition. Larry Ellison and Oracle has the technology to have a worldwide surveillance machine. He's already been sued for it, but now under the Trump, as part of the new OpenAI project, they're going to have this technology be unleashed. How are they going to be able to track everybody? Facial recognition, global IDs, the whole nine. So this is what the Trump is instituting. This is why we're seeing that the coming together of all these nations, all saying, "Hey, we want in." Or as long as you're promising money and prosperity, yeah, we're with it. Now he's instituting the tech heads into place. The new level warlocks popping in, got their money. They're getting ready to institute this whole thing, man. So we see here Oracle, Larry Ellis. Let me back up just in case y'all missed it. Larry Ellison, Oracle chairman, he's already been sued for worldwide surveillance and having a worldwide surveillance machine. 5 billion people. There's what, 8 billion in the world, right? This is why, what's the name? Elon's got Starlink. Just launched hundreds of satellites up in the air. They're creating the global tracking surveillance grid for everybody. They want phones, and everybody's saying that's why Obama phones is getting handed out. You see people homeless in their tents on the internet. Cats out sitting outside on their phones, doing their thing. Everybody got it in their hands. Remember, even Starlink, man, they had it down in the Amazon. And indigenous tribes over there, they was like, man, we don't like this. The youth and everybody, they all addicted to porn. They can't get off the damn internet now. So the grid, everything is being set up for this global, no one being able to buy, sell, all that rich, poor, everybody being involved. The groundwork, the net, the trap is being set. We see it here. Look at this guy. When brother said this to me, man, I thought this was a joke. I thought this was a green screen of a comedian that was acting as if he was at the inauguration, and the green screen behind him was the actual inauguration. I thought this was a joke. I ain't gonna lie to you. Trump inauguration pastor launches his own crypto coin hours after the ceremony. Have you no shame? Yeah, because the Trump launched his damn crypto coin, made billions overnight. Then he launched one for his wife, made money. I think he's trying to get one for his son. So this Negro pop out and say, man, I want in. But where they just told the nigga that was there? Called it plain and simple. So there was a black face there, but he so cooned out. I thought it was a damn joke. He was out there so damn animated and acting the fool as if he was MLK, repeating his damn speech, and then some old fake prayer he did. Where did they find this Negro? Michigan pastor Lorenzo Sewell gave a stirring benediction at President Trump's inauguration on January 20th, but it was what he did afterward that has people talking. Within hours of invoking Martin Luther King Jr. during his prayer, the 43-year-old pastor turned to X to promote his newly launched cryptocurrency. See, these are the greedy dogs, man. What's that in I think it's in Isaiah 56. Yeah, there you go. 56 and 11. Let me just read it. Start at 10. Isaiah 56:10. His watchmen are blind. They are all ignorant. They are all dumb dogs that cannot bark, sleeping, lying down, loving to slumber. This is the works of the watchmen that are calling themselves pastor such and such, bishop such and such, living in the lap of luxury in these church houses, these crack houses. They're not sounding the alarm. They're not prophesying against many countries and kingdoms. They're not prophesying about a pestilence, plague. They loving the slumber. They're not out on the highways and the byways. They're sitting in the pulpits and the pews, singing and dancing, pulling out one scripture, giving you a feel good about that, not going precept upon precept, not teaching wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Lord, not teaching the commandments. They're sitting back on their asses, collecting tax-free money in grants, laying down, loving the slumber, not getting active, not recognizing what's going on. The majority. I say at least 90% or greater of these crack house churches that's being ran, that's coming up through the seminary schools, coming up through the Bible colleges, coming up through, the 501c3 programs, they're all controlled opposition. These are the what do they call them in FEMA? The clergy response teams, where they have the churches already lined up to help control the public and their followings to do what the government tells them to do. Clergy response teams, look that up. They cannot bark, sleeping, lying down, loving to slumber. Yea, they are greedy dogs which can never have enough, and they are shepherds that cannot understand. They all look to their own way, everyone for his gain and from his quarter. See, this is exactly what's going on. When he's sitting back saying, let me capitalize off of this little viral moment that I got going on and go promote and get this new crypto jumping off. Lorenzo Sewell should be ashamed of himself, man. All animated, fake as hell. I mean, what's the name? I had the video too. Let me see if I can find it. Snoop Dogg. What's the other cat's name? Snoop Dogg. Soulja Boy. All these cats, man, it's just ridiculous. I'm gonna get back to Lorenzo. I'm not off of his ass yet. But this. Here we go. Give me 1 second.
Nah, chill. I'm not performing. I am in Washington.
1 second, y'all. I found it. I'm gonna get the Snoop in a minute. Let me get back to Lorenzo. Lorenzo rolling in the Benzo. Within hours of invoking Martin Luther King Jr. Free at last. He was saying all of that stuff, man. I thought it was a joke. I'm not even lying to y'all. Until I said that this was real. The crypto community was kind enough to send me $ Lorenzo. So I have permanently locked my tokens into a liquidity pool so that I will never sell on the community, but rather just earn fees as our token continues to flourish. He captioned on his X post. Amazing day, all the glory to God. Really? Disgusting, man. Where is he at? Here you go.
Official. I need you to do me a favor right now. I need you to go by.
He looks like he's just in ecstasy, man. It looks like he just, got out the bed and he's unclean. You know what I'm talking about. You dig what I'm saying? Like, he's smiling and teething. I need y'all to get out there. You see me out there?
I need you to do me a favor right now. I need you to go buy the official Lorenzo Sewell coin. I want you to be able to see politics become manifest, not just in a way where we're praying over political gatherings, but where we're seeing us become the hands and the feet of the Lord Jesus Christ. Would you help me? Would you help us in this endeavor? Would you go and purchase the coin in order for us to do what we need to do in the ministry? We do transportation, housing, education. We heal medical, mental, and dental illnesses. I need you to do me a favor and go and get that coin in order for us to accomplish the vision that God has called us to do in our earth. I give God glory for what he has done, but we know that King's dream can only be fulfilled if we acknowledge that people are living in a nightmare. So here's your...
Good Lord. Pandering. They granted him a outlet to get a crypto coin as his payment. And here we go promoting right afterwards, man. I mean, look. These Negroes have no shame, man. Rick Ross denied he was there. Ashar, here we go.
In DC right now, but I'm not performing. It's a private vibe. Nah, chill. I'm not performing. I am in Washington, DC right now, but I'm not performing. It's a private vibe I'm doing with my brother Snoop Dogg.
1, 2. 3 into the 4. Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre is at the dope. Ready to make an entrance, so back on up. Before I have to pull the strap up, cut. Give me the microphone first, so I.
This is Snoop performing there, right? No salt, no flavor, just completely ridiculous, man. Got his little goofy tux on and his feminine Hollywood shades on, man. Performing for a gang of old ass Edomites who barely can understand what's going on with their phones out for a check.
I can bust like a bubble. Compton and Long Beach together, now you know you in trouble, cause ain't nothing but a G thing, baby. Two loped out G, so we crazy. Death row is
tap dancing for these damn heathens, man. For a check. Playing G thing.
the label that pays, man. Unfadable, so please don't try to fake this. But back to the lecture at hand. Perfection is perfected, so I'ma let them understand from a young G's perspective. And before me, they got a trick.
I don't even. That sounded just like the album, man. He might have been lip syncing up there, faking. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I did hear Soulja Boy and Nelly. Soulja Boy readily admitted that he did it for the check. Nelly's defending himself. But did you see that?
Chill. I'm not performing.
2, 3 into the 4. Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre is at the dope. Ready to make an entrance, so back on up.
Before I have to pull the strap out the cut.
Give me the microphone first so I can bust like a bubble. Compton and Long Beach together.
He's sitting up there acting like he's DJing his which is funny because that's to go to show you, but they told Snoop, man, just you. Don't bring all them other niggas with you. We're not having no entourage of Snoop. We need just you. You're gonna be DJ. You're gonna be the MC. You doing it all. We gotta limit the niggas on the stage.
Now you know you in trouble, cause ain't nothing but a G thing, baby. Two loped out G, so we crazy. Death row is the label that pays, man.
Man, I'm off of this, man. I'm off of this. Good Lord. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad out there, man. These got Christianity's down bad, man. Snoop and the hip hop is down bad. Lorenzo in the Benzo Sewell should be ashamed of himself. Talking about all glory to God and please go get the coin so we can do the works of the ministry. Negro, you doing no works except for lying, deceiving, and destroying your people, man. That's the bottom line. Talking about, yeah, we do housing, we doing this, that, and that. Give me a break. Nobody's heard this dude before. Where his political activism? Maybe I'm just ignorant to it. Bayon, you heard of him, man? He out there in Michigan. Is he a big stepper out there for the Christian community, man? Doing a lot for our people? You may not. I'm sure you probably don't know. But there you go, man. Like I said, I dare not put his speech on here, man. I thought it was a joke. This dude was wilding out. You could have sworn he was MLK as he's repeating the speech he memorized. And that was at the same time. You look, even in the picture, you see this guy, he back there smiling like it's a damn joke. It's a performance. This is the same thing that had Jeff Bezos and Elon glitching out. I mean, this is ridiculous, man. Let's move on before I throw up. Getting to the border, man. The chump sent 10,000 troops down to the border. He's not playing. The raids is on. People running for their lives. They were talking about people were voluntarily going back instead of getting deported, man. This dude got people running for their lives. 10,000 troops down at the border, man. Look, and he's got the backing of his peoples. The Ku Klux Klan, KKK. Democrats started, Republican backed. They've stuck their turtle heads out the shell now. Remember, they was all quiet. You know, you ain't really hearing too much about them, man. It's all about the neo-Nazis and everybody. The KKK, they still around. You seen last week, man, over there in Europe, they out there training MMA and the whole nine, preparing for a race war. Now that they're feeling more comfortable that the dragon energy is back, they're doing their part by popping out with passing out flyers telling the immigrants they got to get out with the backing of the Klan. Police are investigating after racist flyers purportedly issued by the Klan that directed immigrants to leave now and avoid deportation were found in several Kentucky cities on Inauguration Day. The flyers feature a cartoon image of Uncle Sam kicking at a family of 4 while holding a proclamation declaring, quote, mass deportation on January 20th, stating, monitor and track all immigrants, report them all. According to the images shared by police departments in Ludlow and Bellevue, the flyers claim to be issued by a Ku Klux Klan group headquartered in Maysville, Kentucky, and advertise phone numbers for regional Klan realms in Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Tennessee. And the police chief saying he's never seen anything like this. Really? He's probably a member. You said what? He told. Oh yeah, Snoop Dogg has become the damn lapdog of the system, man. That dude, he turns down nothing. I mean, you would swear he's broke. He's out there there ain't nothing he's not in. He's on the Verizon commercial, Corona, the Olympics. He's performing at the damn inauguration crypto ball that they had. What else is he doing? I mean, his cheeks are spread so wide open, man. He's taking everything. He's not turned down a thing, man. Snoop is everywhere. Everywhere. So, he's definitely the mascot. He's definitely the mascot. Let's move on. Here you go. Inside the Elon Musk Vivek Ramaswamy Doe's divorce, biotech company founder departs Doe's after his goal of trimming regulations was overtaken by Musk's priority of cutting spending. So you see here, Ramaswamy, the only other Elamite that was on deck besides Kash Patel, Ramaswamy said, I'm out, man. Me and Elon can't get along. I thought he was serious about making some changes and doing some things. I see that he's got his own agenda. And, you ain't got the complexion for the connection, Vivek. So he gracefully bows out, and they told him, look, man, you get up out of here, man, and we'll back you for governor in 2026 for Ohio. You can go take that political office. I mean, that's a complete demotion, man. This dude was running for president at one point. Now they're saying you got to settle. Then they say, well, you could be part of this Doge, economic reform that we got going on. This one he's seeing, look, I ain't got no say so, no power here, man. These white folks are controlling everything. Elon is really the head of this. I thought we was partners. It ain't like that. They told him, hey, man, well, you don't like it? Bow out, and we'll back you for governor of Ohio. You can take that position. You go from one to be a president now down to a governor. Musk vision for Doge, along with it's a Department of Government and Efficiency was originally envisioned as a joint Elon Musk Vivek Ramaswamy mission outside the federal government. Now it's all Elon, and he's inside. So Musk is, he's in there shaking and moving, man. Taking control of everything. Ramaswamy's out. I'm not going to go too much further into that for time's sake. Continuing on, the Trump effect. Gulf of America already appears in U.S. docks, and woke diversity offices shut today as Trump's shock and awe orders kick in. So he got rid of the diversity, equity, and inclusion department of DEI that was all promoting, the transformer, promotions and looking out for, the LGBTQ plus HIV community and making sure they get hired. And, that was their version of affirmative action. He got rid of them, shut them down, fired them, and laid off people. And he's changed the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. Coveting fields in primary fashion of America, man. That's the Trump effect. So the Gulf of Mexico, no more. They're calling it the Gulf of America. Imagine that. Hamas is making a big comeback in Gaza during the ceasefire, expert warns. So remember, the ceasefire is just for time for them to get back, regroup, get some, some recruiting up, heal up. Now they're saying, possibly Hamas is garnering up for a big comeback. So we'll see what happens with that, right? Now this is where some of the things is going down. A Border Patrol agent got shot dead, being shot by an illegal immigrant at a traffic stop hours after Trump renewed his crackdown. So up in Vermont, they shooting the illegal immigrant man, said, I ain't going back. I ain't going back. Shot a patrol agent, man, killed him, right? It says a Border Patrol agent has been reportedly shot to death by an illegal immigrant hours after President Trump issued a nationwide crackdown. The agent in Vermont was conducting a traffic stop when the attacker whipped out a gun and shot him dead, according to reports. The shooter had overstayed his visa when he opened fire and hit the agent in his neck at around 3:15 p.m. local time, sources told the News Nation. The attacker was also killed in the horror gunfight, and another woman was injured in the barrage of bullets. So we're seeing here, man, they fighting back, they're acting up. We'll see what happens with this. A man being forced, restricted and going to a city. People are, instituting their own forms of government. Remember in 2 Ezra 15 about there being sedition amongst men. Everybody's going, doing the power of their hand, utilize the power of their hand, disrespecting and not honoring the kings and the princes and all of that, rejecting authority. This is just one example. Mexico risks Trump's wrath as it blocks packed illegal migrant deportation flight from landing. Trump said, he tried to go send them down there and says, here, you go to Mexico. Mexico closed the door, said, nope, they ain't coming here. So now there's a tug of war of where they're going to place these so-called illegal immigrants. Mexico's fighting back, right? Matter of fact, looking at what is this? We'll get rid of that one. That one. This is a list of some of his executive orders, man. I ain't got time to go over all of them. Some of them, I'm all right with. Others, no. So he rescinded 78 of the executive orders by Slow Biden. He took away imposing the CV mandates and restrictions. Got no problem with that. He took away allowing the Transformers to serve in the military. He said that there's only two genders. But, I ain't got no problem with that. That's okay. He's supposed to do them things. But here he's saying that he's restoring freedom of speech and ending federal censorship. We'll see if that holds true. No problem with that. Ending the weaponization of the federal government against political opposition. We'll see. He's moving in somewhat of a fascist state where it's his way or the highway. Anybody that's against him gonna face the wrath. That's why he's out there sweeping through, firing all kind of federal agencies and shutting stuff down that people that ain't rolling with him. Federal employees, they got to get back to work. They're no more at home. Freezing all new federal regulations, instituting a hiring freeze for federal employees. So he's shutting off the feds. What else is he doing? Delivering emergency price relief for American families. We'll see how that pans out. I haven't read all these. So I'm reading them with y'all. Pardoning the January 6th defendants. He's freeing the homies. Withdrawing from the Paris Climate Accord. So that Green New Deal and climate change and all that, he's backing up out of that. Which is, which I ain't got no problem with because it's bogus anyway. But at the same time, the scriptures say that the earth is defiled and withering away. So, there's truth to it, but the white man is using that excuse to capitalize off of monetary records and to create new lockdowns and procedures to stop people from having so-called freedoms. He wants to be the savior for TikTok. So we put that, however long it is, what is it, 90 days to get a new buyer. So people are praising him because, he loves adoration, loves pride. I saved TikTok. He's going to be the first one to say, look, everybody, I saved TikTok. I'm the savior. So suspending the TikTok ban, he was able to do that. Look, I like this one. Withdrew the U.S. from the WHO because you see what they did when they came in with the DVOC 91 situation. They was calling the shots, them and the CDC. He says, man, we're not going to be ruled over by you, which is important. Yeah, that's exactly true. He's definitely using them planes. I think I got something that might back that. I think I got something that might back you up on that. Give me 1 second. What else he got? I know he declassified the JFK and the MLK file, so we might see some truth of what happened with those executions. He cut off security clearances for Hunter Biden. What does it do? Well, I don't know. He got a whole list, man. But see, this ending birthright citizenship, I've been hearing there's a lot of people, stressing on that. Saying he's taking away our birthrights. We're not going to be Americans anymore. I'm shocked that Negroes is out here so proud to be Americans all the time. But it doesn't pertain to the Southern Kingdom, so to speak, and anybody that's already over here. From my understanding, I haven't done deep research on it, but he's trying to restrict, which is still cold, anybody who was born from illegals, so-called illegals. They're not granted immediate citizenship, and they'll be looked at as illegals too. But remember Deuteronomy 28, he said that he's not going to show favor to the young nor to the old, a nation of fierce countenance. So he don't give a damn if you was a baby. He gonna say you ain't. Was your mother here legal? Was she not here? Was your father here legal? They ain't. You just like them. Get up out of here. So that's a whole nother twist that they're putting on there. But this is all based on that. The Citizenship Act was based on the Dred Scott decision. So if you don't know about the Dred Scott decision, go do some research on the Dred Scott decision. It was all based upon Dred Scott trying to gain his freedom in a free state. And they turned him down, saying that he wasn't an American citizen. He was a slave. So based upon his quote unquote race, they were denying citizenship to him so he can have his declared freedom. And that, eventually got overturned with the it's a Citizenship Rights Act. But it was all based on the Dred Scott decision that they did this. But the chump is trying to, finesse a new way to say, well, look, you was born over here to illegals, you're illegal, and we're not giving you granted immediate citizenship just because you was born here. So that's a whole nother twist, which is going to be problematic. The Supreme Court already came in and blocked it, so that's not even floating right now. You saying what, the military ships? I mean the military planes. Yeah, I don't know if I put it in here or not, but I remember you posting it. In this particular article, they had the pictures of the planes, but you can see down here. It says the flight was one of 3 that were set to take off on Thursday alongside 2 Guatemala-bound Air Force C-17s carrying over 150 people as part of what Trump had described as the largest mass deportation effort in history. So yeah, like Naquab was saying, they're using military aircraft, they're using military planes to deport many of the quote unquote illegals. And it's the first time that they was ever doing that, right? Utilizing military planes and utilizing military forces. They got 10,000 troops down there to enforce this. And they're using the planes to get rid of them or to take people out. But Mexico's saying we ain't having it. Shutting it down. You can't come over here. NYC to LA, brace for deportations as Trump lets immigration agents raid the churches. They're going everywhere, man. churches, jobs, people, random, calls. There's illegals over here, blah blah blah, and they running through, man. I seen a video earlier. I think that was in Chicago or somewhere, man. Where was it? It's either Chicago, New York. I forgot where it was, but the people were saying, man, they running through like the Gestapo, man. They said, man, they out there kicking down doors, they raiding through, causing big ass ruckuses, man, just like we, thought it would. Once they were given this, amnesty, and not what you call it. When they gave the Border Patrol cops, these ICE agents, man, giving them immunity to run through and carry out these raids, they wilding out. They're wilding out. So, the enforcement is on, man. There's no place safe, man, for quote unquote illegals at this point. They rounding them up by the hundreds. Biden issues a preemptive pardon for Trump critics and Biden family members. He been letting slow Biden's out here letting everybody off, man, from Fauci to everybody. And it's like some of them haven't even been brought up on charges. And he's like, just in case, I got you. That's how deep his criminal background was running. His family members, everybody's involved. So he's saying everybody that could have had a hand in his administration, he's giving get out of jail free cards, man. So that shows you how deep the corruption was going on with him, right? Let's move on. 18,000 unionized Costco workers prepare to strike after vote passes. That was as of Tuesday. I haven't seen an update on this yet. But Costco, many people go to Costco. They're looking at striking very soon if they don't get a new fair contract offer. They want some more money. 85% of Costco Teamsters nationwide voted to authorize a strike, according to a Sunday press release. As final negotiations began on January 20th, tensions rose with practice pickets held in California, Washington, and Long Island. Hundreds in San Diego are set to join a large practice picket by Thursday, the union said. So, they're looking for some money. It was Boston that they were talking about. They was raiding. Yeah. They were talking about. Yeah, that was right. That's right. They were saying that's Boston for you. But yeah, they definitely were saying that the ICE agents was in there raiding like a mug, kicking down doors, sweeping houses, sweeping businesses, and everything. They picked up a few at work, but there you have it. But here we see Costco, 18,000 could be going on strike, man, if they don't get some more money. So the outlets that people have been utilizing for bulk buying for their homes, trying to save a buck if that's possible, or just the fact that everybody's, they've got so many resources at Costco that might be shut down unless they get a new deal jumping on. Firefighters battle to maintain upper hand on huge fires in north of Los Angeles. Yeah, some more fires broke out here. No death tolls, but more landscape getting destroyed up north in Santa Clarita Valley. I used to live there years ago. North of the 5 and the 14. So California is not done burning, man. Remember, the scripture says that the spirits that's created for vengeance will continue until they appease the wrath of him that made them. So, the Most High is clearly not appeased yet with the results of what's been happening in California. We're supposed to get some rain today or this evening into tomorrow. So that might be a help for those that are suffering from the fires or that have already suffered. But there's still more fires breaking out, man. Since last week, there's been a couple more that have jumped off. They're still not contained, but they're going to get a little break from the rain over the next day and a half. Oh, pay attention to this. Lockdown 2.0. UK quietly launches its largest ever pandemic response exercise. So we know that there's been talks about new plagues, new lockdowns. Now the UK is running a quiet exercise for a pandemic response, the largest ever. Imagine that. Local councils, government officials, and emergency service teams are set to participate in a large-scale pandemic preparedness exercise aimed at enhancing readiness for potential future crises. Remember last week in the UK, they had the Armageddon alert that jumped off. I mean, something potentially could be jumping off in the UK or in Europe. I mean, they don't just keep doing all this for no reason. So we got to keep our eyes on what happens with that. All right. But if you got the largest ever pandemic response, then you get an Armageddon alerts on your phones, and who knows, God knows what else is going on. They might just go ahead and push the panic button, because there's still some folks on the other side of the Trump campaign who aren't happy. And there still is acts of sabotage to be had. Whether they still try to put him to death or, unleash some new chaos in the earth just to disrupt what's going on, that's still on the table. There's still the opposition who are still fighting for supreme power that didn't like the fact that the Trump is in there calling some shots. Him and his constituents of evil. So there's many who have bowed down to Satan, man, and they're all Edomites. They all are following the same game plan, but they all want control. Just like when we talked about the Peloponnesian Wars between Athens and Sparta, Esau got no problem fighting and going to war with each other for ultimate rule. So the ones who were not on the Trump bandwagon, very possibly worldwide, very possibly could do something to stifle the next 4 years. So something is going on. We got to see what happens. That's why the scriptures say, man, be not ignorant in any matter, small or great. Sirach 5:15. Look at this. 2,000 cases of great value chicken broth sold at Walmart got recalled. Another recall of food, man. Is this like plant poisoning? I mean, we've seen everything from what we've seen: eggs, chicken broth, cheeses, lunch meat. I mean, all of the destruction of the food manufacturing plants over the last 4 years. They're creating a food scarcity. And then the answer is, well, don't worry. We've got lab grown this, GMO that. You see, what was it? The farmers, they're all jacked up, going broke. They're begging for, grants to get their businesses going. The answer to that is, don't worry. We got autonomous tractor trailers and everything else is going to be able to, and AI to take over the fields anyway. You're getting ready to get rid of all of the farm workers under the immigration deportations. So shortage of workers, shortage of resources and supplies. Replacement is AI and robot tractors and everything else. What good is what's left? But the full implementation of a global AI beast system to monitor, control, cut off spending. Everything's digital. You said Bayan, you said $6. Hey man, look, I seen eggs $9 out here. So be happy. You got $6. If you in California, man, you've seen eggs as high as $9, man. Put it in the chat, please, because I know I wasn't tripping. I was like, what? $9? And we're talking about the so-called cage-free, all that other stuff, right? $9. It's out of control. You said, yeah, that's about right. Case of eggs, $26. This place is out of control. All right, so recall the chicken broth, man. If you bought some from Walmart, there's a recall, man, you might want to get rid of it. Within the last 2 weeks you bought it, get rid of it. All right. It says over 2,000 cases of family-sized 48-ounce cartons of great value chicken broth were recalled by their Canadian manufacturer, according to a report recently published by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. The Walmart exclusive broth was pulled from the supply line because of packaging errors that could, quote, compromise the sterility of the product, resulting in spoilage. Look at this guy, man. This poor kid. He's lost in the sauce. Carried out a school shooting. You know, Solomon Henderson, 17, shot a female, injured another, killed himself. Says he was influenced by Candace Owens and Nick Fuentes, and says that, you know, he hated being black. So who and how he got programmed goes to show you, man, the influence that can happen, man. And these youth, man, this kid was lost, envious of people that he was. You know, and this is so cold too because Candace Owens has gone on the little rabbit trail, discovering the Revelation 2 and 9, 3 and 9 so-called conspiracy and all of that, and she's, you know, was leaning more towards understanding, like, hey, these people they ain't right. Everything good with them, man. They not the people too. And who else preaches that same message? Yeah, you, me, the Israelites. But this kid got lost because he said that he didn't like being black. See? He said Candace Owens has influenced me above all. Each time she spoke, I was stunned by her insights, and her own views helped push me further and further into the belief of violence over the J-ish question in his manifesto. So the fact that he was questioning the ish people is an issue. Now, who else is talking about that? It says much of the writing center on Henderson being, quote, ashamed to be black, and praised the work of the people of Germany that had problems with the ish people. You know, I got to be careful because the AI is listening in and they get the flagging and touching stuff. I mean, if I was Elon, it would be all good. I can say whatever, but I ain't got the complexion for the connection, let alone the privilege to do so. So yeah, school shooting the other day at the hands of a Negro, man. You know, that's rare for us. We don't do that. Well, yeah, we might shoot each other, but we don't shoot up in those schools and all the innocents. As bad as that is, but just the fact that his thought patterns of what happened with how much it costs and all of the other stuff, right? And we can get framed in that same picture based upon our historical revelations and you know, prophecy and so forth and so on. So that could also put a spotlight on Jakes. They're not saying he was an Israelite and all the other stuff. I'm talking ideology, philosophically, scripturally, well, how we stand. They could try to draw some conclusion and say, hey, those guys kind of have a same type of mindset as this guy. You know. So be careful out there, y'all. Moving on. This also is very interesting. Smartphone use leads to hallucinations, detachment from reality, and aggression in teens as young as 13. So they're doing more studies regarding screen time, addiction to smartphones, so forth, so on. These kids nowadays, you wonder what's going on with this generation. From the millennials to generation Gen Zs to the new generation, which they're calling Generation Alpha, are being raised in technology. They're being raised in the matrix. And it's all they know. So their realities now have been twisted. They're hallucinating. They're acting like they're living in video games. And it's destroying them. Look, smartphones are making teenagers more aggressive, detached from reality, and causing them to hallucinate, according to a new research. This is why you gotta, unplug. You gotta limit screen time. You gotta, for your kids and all that. Don't raise your kids on the stuff, man. I see too many parents and too many people, man, satisfying their kids by throwing a tablet in their face or giving them their phone to shut them up. You got kids as young as, 2, 3 years old, locked in on tech. Tech is raising them. AI is raising them. Now, you've got to be able to implement your own disciplines, your own teachings. You got to take the time, man, to raise your kid. Don't satisfy your kids. I see women in the stores, man, kids wilding out. And the only thing that shuts them up is say, here, take this. Here, you take my phone. And they get on the phone. And they turn into zombies, swiping and wiping it. That's why I said, man, that if y'all ain't seen it, go check that Social Dilemma on Netflix if it's still on there. I got to see if it's still on there, man. I really need to go back and watch it again because I watched it like 2-3 years ago. But if it's on there, man, go check it out. Because even if you are, overseeing and protecting and watching how much time you're allowing your kids to be exposed to the usages of this crystal ball known as a smartphone, know that the rest of them outside your world, they ain't taking the same precautions as you. So that's why you have to be even more diligent in watching over, your kids and even yourselves and ourselves. They've created it as part of our lives. Like you can't do nothing without the phones. I held on so long, man, with phones, man, like, going from, I had a chirp phone. If y'all remember the chirp phones, I'm dating myself in the early 2000s. To my phone was like, what was it? Before they went to smart, 4G? I was on 3 for the longest till my phone would not work anymore. And they were just like, I said, look, my phone ain't working. I'm not getting calls. It's in the third. And the phone company's like, hey, look, you got an old phone. You got to move with the times. Everything's moving to 4G. It's not compatible. And I said, well, that's not my fault. How you cut me off? Because, you've made a decision to switch. And they was like, well, look, we'll send you a complimentary 4G phone so you can, stay on point. It's a basic phone, but I'm like, okay, cool. Send it to me. So at least I'm getting my calls and my texts and all of that. But eventually, everything continues progressing and you got to keep moving with the times. But you got to be in control of the tech, not the tech controlling you, as we see here. Scientists concluded the younger a person starts using the phone, the more likely they will be crippled by a whole host of psychological ills after surveying 10,500 teens between 13 and 17 from both the U.S. and India for the study. 10,500 teens were part of this study from the U.S. and India, ages 13 to 17. The earlier they start, the more they get, hypnotized by this stuff. Right? Psychological ills. Now you see why they've got psychologists and counselors and all that in every school, and they're constantly talking about kids he's got ADD, he's got this, he's got that, psychological disorders, she's depressed, he's maybe he's got gender dysphoria. They're in there with all of this because of the phones, because of other psychological traumas that go on, like molestations and things of that nature that make them change their mind about sexual, preferences and all of that. The tech is part of the problem. And guess who's saying we're going to increase it? You guessed it, Agent Orange. You just seen it, $500 billion. They're getting ready to invest in OpenAI and Oracle technology and everything else. So more to come. Look, people don't fully appreciate that hyper real and hyper immersive screen experiences can blur reality at stages of development. Addiction psychologist Dr. Nicholas Carteris, who is not part of the team who did the study, told the Post. So this is an article from the New York Post, right? Now, look at this. Number of children who think they are wrong gender surges 50-fold. This is part of the hallucination. This is part of the psychology that's coming from the damn phones, and then you get a damn psychologist at the school telling you, yeah, guess what? You're a boy, but you're really a girl. Like, yeah, you should be comfortable in that. And matter of fact, let me send you over to our doctor. We're gonna get you set up on gender blockers and everything else. Why is there an increase of kids who now don't know what gender they are? Is it part of the hallucinations? Is it part of the tech? Sharp rise in girls suffering dysphoria with twice as many cases as in boys. Study of GP records of England shows. Research suggests that there's been a 50-fold rise in children who think they are the wrong gender in just 10 years. And that's confusing. Hello? Smartphone use leads to hallucinations and detachment from reality. Starting with the teens. Now all of a sudden we're seeing all of them saying we don't know what gender we are anymore. Detachment from reality. Hallucinations. The tech. Backed by the witch doctors. Backed by the damn pharmacia. Backed by a government who says, yeah, we're going to stand behind you. Anybody else that doesn't like it, it's hate speech and everything else gets cut off and canceled. This is why at least I'll give the chump some credit by saying, hey, look, we're only going to acknowledge two genders, male, female, period. Enough with the damn transformer, non-binary, whatever is going on. Right? Analysis of GP records suggests that 10,000 diagnoses of gender dysphoria in England in 2021 were up from fewer than 200 cases in 2011. University of New York study shows a sharp rise in the number of girls with such concerns, with twice as many cases in boys. I mean, it's out of control, man. Put two and two together, you see where we at. New Jersey got hit with an earthquake, a little 2.4, but clearly rare for them, right? They talking about people in the Bronx and Yonkers were feeling shaky. 2.4 is nothing, but when you don't get them, i.e. earthquakes in diverse places, you'll feel that 2.4. California, we wouldn't feel it. But in places that they ain't supposed to be happening, they're going to feel it. But that's biblical. Right? So, you see what's happening, man. The earth's been given into the hand of the wicked. He's running rampant with it. You feel me? And now we're starting to see the plan that's in effect. He's going to come with the open AI. He's gathering all the nations and telling them come drink and making them drink the wine of the fornication of the great whore. He's trying to create and establish a quote unquote peace on earth. That's not going to be going down. You see what's happening with the youth, man. They're getting turned out and hypnotized by these phones, hallucinations, and now they don't know what gender they are. They're running around acting like they're in video games, shooting up every damn thing. You know, what they call that, Asperger's syndrome, where they just like emotionless, let alone the huffing on balloons with nitrous in them and getting high from balloons to pills to the destruction of the youth is fully underway. We got a lot of work to do, Israel. We got a lot of work to do, man. Guard your homes, guard your children, guard your communities, man. Back by the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, and the fear of the Lord. That's all we got left at this point. Agent Orange, man, he's ready to go. He's ready to run rampant, man. He's got the AI, man, the Oracle technology, man, getting ready to open up the global monitoring system. You know, they're talking about drumming up new ways to inject you with stuff in the name of science. Hey, you know, it's cancer research, man. We probably could end cancer. They've been saying that for a long time now, man. But why did they need to mess with your DNA to do so? You know, a lot of questions on the table, man. More answers on the way as the Lord reveals them and makes the wicked confess, you know, before they get to committing more acts of evil on the earth, right? So with that, I'm going to go ahead and close out, man. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, IQAhmath, man. Make sure you always remember, fear the Most High, keep the commandments. Don't shoot the messenger. Y'all be well. Take care. We'll be back up online again in about another hour and a half, 2 hours for our closing Shabbat. Man, come join us if the Spirit moves you. If not, check it out later. But we wish and pray that you do join us. The another important announcement, man, the 2025-2026 Holy Day calendar will be coming out soon. For those that's wondering, April 11th at sundown will be the Passover. April 11th, sundown will be the Passover. More information coming on that soon. So if you're interested in coming and you have been interested in trying to make that happen, April 11th is the date. Reach out to us and we'll discuss further details on it. The covenant 144@gmail.com is the way to contact us. You see it down there, right? Instagram, so forth and so on, all of those socials. It's how you reach us. But with that being said, again, fear the Most High, keep the commandments, don't shoot the messenger. Be back with y'all soon. All right, take care. Shalom.